OSBC brings you the news. News across the country.
It's a beautiful evening. You're welcome to the news across the country. I am Temitokbe Olajuwola. Osun governor describes Asiwaju Tinubu as a visionary leader. Entertainment news examines cinema as a unifying entity. 2 dead in Lagos-Ibadan expressway tanker explosion. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has been described as a visionary leader with a practicable solutions to the challenges confronting the country. Governor Adegoye Itola gave the perspective at a solidarity rally organized by the State All Progressives Congress in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, for Asiwaju Tinubu Kashim Shettima presidential ticket. Governor's office correspondent Sonia Onorinde files in the details.
Addressing the party supporters at the Lansing Mandela Freedom Park, Osogbo, the state capital, Governor Adegoye Itola maintained that the candidature of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, remain the best alternative for the country in tapping its economic potential, infrastructural developments, health and educational transformation for the benefit of all if elected president in the 2023 general election. Governor Itola therefore enjoined members of the All Progressive Congress in the state of Osun to work assiduously across the state in ensuring that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima presidential ticket becomes a reality in the forthcoming presidential election.
We believe in Asiwaju's presidency. We believe he's the right candidate, he's the best candidate for this moment. Particularly now, with the challenges that we have in this country, Asiwaju is the best candidate for fast solutions.
Speaking in the same vein, the leadership of the party, including the state chairman, Prince Boyega Famodun, Honorable Abiodun Awolola, Honorable Kamil Oyedele, Mr. Rufus Awotidoye, reflected that victory for the former governor of Lagos State is a task that must be done in replicating incredible feat recorded in Lagos State for the benefit of all Nigerians.
See the legacy of Tinubu in Lagos State. That has speak about him. The legacy is there since 1999, since the advent of the democracy. Lagos State has been consistent under the Tinubu leadership. There is no any other party there. There is a consistency in governance there.
Transform this country in all facets of life. Talk about governance, talk about the security, talk about the economy, talk about the education, health sector. We know you have a capacity, and we arrange a team. So a team that will lead Nigeria into better life.
He has been doing it. He knows how to. He knows the best way of handling the country situation, and we are very hopeful that he's the next president.
They claim that as far as
the solidarity walk, which had members of the All Progressive Congress in the state of Osun thronged the state capital, took off from Government House, flowed through Okefia, Alekuwodu, Olaiya, Odiolowo, Isale Osun, Ojaba, Station Road, Ajegunle, and eventually terminated at Nelson Mandela Freedom Park, Osogbo. From the governor's office, Saya Onoide reporting.
Osun State Governor Mr. Adegoye Itola sent before the Osun State House of Assembly 2023 draft appropriation bill, which has as its size 136 billion naira tagged budget of consolidation. This, among others, were contained in a letter sent to the House for consideration by the governor, and it was read by Speaker of the House, Honorable Timothy Oweye, during the plenary dated 29 September 2022. Parliamentary reporter Oluwatosin Oladokun has the details.
Budgets remain a sacred guidance and monitor to regulate the expenditure of government at all levels. In a bid to stimulate and keep government effective delivery alive, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola had since middle of September sent to the House for consideration a size of proposed estimates of 136 billion naira for another fiscal year.
Honorable Speaker, deriving from the above, I am highly delighted to forward to you and the distinguished members of the House of Assembly the 2023 draft budget of the state of Osun in the sum of 136,265,988,140 naira only.
Since the House has acknowledged the recipients of the budget, members of the Second Assembly has hit the ground rolling towards carry out legislation rights on the proposed draft appropriation bill. Budget tag budget of consolidation enjoy full participation and robust debates of the members. While speaking, Osun State House Assembly Speaker Honorable Timothy Owoye brought to the attention of the public that Governor Adegboyega Oyetola sent the appropriation bill on the account of his patriotic service to the state. He commended the composition and the efficacy of realistic budget, a development which he noted that has been helpful towards meeting the core obligations of his administration. Leading another leg of lawmakers who spoke on the estimates were the Chairman's Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Adebayo Lodo, Adebayo Samat, and Honorable Israel Oyekunle lauded the efficacy of the budget size. Earlier, the leader of the House, Honorable Maruf Olarewaju, had declared that Governor Adegboyega Oyetola has never brought to the House bogus draft estimates, but a serviceable and achievable budget size.
Mr. Governor, Speaker, the House have the interest of the state.
The Speaker of the House, Honorable Timothy Owoye, however, presented to the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation drafted documents of 136 billion naira for another cycle year, which has slight difference of 6.5 billion naira. Oluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, the Chairman House Committee on Media and Publicity, Honorable Kunle Akonde, says rules and standing orders of the House allows chief executives to present draft appropriation bill for fiscal year by proxy. Honorable representing Olorunda State constituency, who doubles as the deputy majority leader, Honorable Akonde, made this known while speaking on the 2023 draft estimates. The lawmaker commended promptness and realistic budget size of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, stating that the composition of the budget affirmed and shows that he meant well for the state. He speaks further.
There is nothing unusual about the presentation of the budget. As a matter of fact, the rules, the standing order and rules of the House allows the presentation of the budget on the floor if the chief executive of the state so desires. What the standing order and rules recommended is that during each year there shall be introduced into the House an appropriation bill which shall contain the estimated financial requirements for expenditure on revenue accounts on all the services of the government for the year.
As part of the activities marking the press week of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, the union organized a public lecture tagged Legislative Oversight Functions and the Entrenchment of Democracy in Nigeria. OSBC reporter Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details of the event held at the NUJ Press Center, Osogbo. His report.
Presenting a paper on the topic Legislative Oversight Functions and the Entrenchment of Democracy in Nigeria at the 2022 Press Week of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, the guest lecturer, who is the Senior Special Assistant to the President of National Assembly Matters, Senator Babajide Omowurare, maintained that the legislature is an institution which represents the common and collective interests of the citizen through the enactment of laws and the exercise of oversight functions on the activities of the executive arm of government. He explained that the purpose of the legislative arm of government is to provide a powerful check on the executive authority, enhancing accountability where a dominant executive branch may operate with impunity. Senator Omowurare, who emphasized that the quest for nation building in a democratic setup like Nigeria needs the exercise of effective legislative oversight function, added that it remains crucial to the growth of the nation, and their separate contributions to the paper earlier presented by Senator Morare, the Akire of Ikirele Oba Aziz Olatubosun, the Chief Press Secretary to the Osun State Government, Mr. Ismail Omikpindo, and the veteran journalist Prince Kayode Adedire, among others, maintained that the legislature arm of government also has the constitutional role of ensuring that all relevant societal groups are included in and benefit from the nation building and development. They noted that government policies and budgets should be implemented in an effective, efficient, transparent, and accountable manner for the benefit of the masses. According to them, the power of oversight is conferred on the Nigerian legislature by the 1999 Constitution to enable the National Assembly to expose corruption, inefficiency, or waste in the execution or administration of laws within its legislative competence and in the disbursement and administration of funds, among others.
To achieve this, the legislatures have to remain people-centered, progressive-minded, and above all, God-fearing.
The country is so large that, but for the intervention of these lawmakers, there are certain areas that may not have witnessed development.
The Osun 2022 NUJ Press Week public lecture also featured health talk and medical check-ups where members of the union were opportune to know their health status. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odunuga, OSBC News.
In the meantime, the health walk to mark the 2022 NUJ Press Week will take place tomorrow morning. A statement by the chairman and secretary of the Health Committee, Comrade Wumi Olaniyi and Comrade Toyin Ojayemi, indicates that members would work from the Osun NUJ Press Center beside Technical College, Iwo Road, Osogbo, down to Okefia and back to the center. The health walk tagged Health is Wealth will have in attendance notable individuals such as executive members of Osun Health Insurance Scheme, who is Commissioner for Special Duties, Engineer Lekon Badmos, members of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Adenike Abioye representing Ifedaya State Constituency, Honorable Adewumi Adeyemi representing Obokun State Constituency, Special Advisor to Governor Itola on Civic Orientation, Honorable Olatubo Sunyitiloye, and other government functionaries. The statement enjoins members of the union to converge on the press center by 7 a.m. for a briefing before the takeoff. The Orongun of Okeila, Oba Adedokun Abolarin, has appreciated the sons and daughters of the town for the invaluable roles they have continued to play in nation building, most especially the area of education. The monarch, who gave the appreciation during the annual scholarship awards organized by Bishop Felix Owolabi, said education remains the only weapon that breaks the barrier of ignorance and poverty. Our reporter, Oluchi Amuda, completes the story.
Education has been identified as a foundation for the development of any society. Little wonder why the Bishop and Reverend Felix Owolabi Education Foundation has continued to award scholarships and bursaries to students who are indigenes of Okeila, most especially the less privileged, in various tertiary institutions in the country. Speaking at the event, the Orongun of Okeila, Oba Adedokun Abolarin, who could not hide his joy at the gesture, appreciated the initiator of the scholarship awards, an illustrious son of the town, Bishop Felix Owolabi, and his wife for their contributions towards the emancipation of the less privileged through qualitative education. Oba Abolarin enjoined the beneficiaries of the scholarship awards to remain focused on their studies, adding that the future belongs to anyone who works for it.
The clarion call of each and every one of us is well stated, well embedded in the book of Isaiah 58:12. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt build foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach and the restorer of the paths to dwell in. Exactly what Bishop Felix and his wife, exactly what they are doing. Trying to build the old waste places, trying to build foundations of many generations. in line with the principles and aspirations of the founding fathers of Okelao Ogun Grammar School.
While explaining the motive behind the gesture, the public relations officer of the foundation, Elder Adesayo Agbolade, stated that it is a way of giving back to the society.
Bishop, in his words to me, he said that it was unfortunate to have come from a less privileged home. But by dint of hard work, he struggled and God crowned his efforts. He now thought of there could be several other people that can be in that same soup. And in that wise, since the Lord that blesses his grace, he now decided he should pay back.
Two of the beneficiaries, Mr. Juwon Afolabi and Mr. Samson Oyedeji, who spoke on behalf of other students, appreciated Bishop Felix Owolabi for his generosity.
We are extending our unreserved gratitude to our father, our mentor, the philanthropist of North, a man who is a great man of honor in our time and even in our generation.
Sincerely grateful for this great opportunity that they've given to us. There are so many people out there who are looking for this great opportunity, but they've not seen this opportunity.
108 students benefited from this year's Bishop and Reverend Felix Owolabi Annual Scholarship, as they received the sum of 50,000 naira each as bursary award. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
This is the news across the country, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Osogbo, Voice of the West, Nigeria. Now, amid news message. Honesty is the best policy. Train your child to be honest. Entertainment news today examines the place of cinema in uniting the society compared to home video. Join Bimsola Abeni for details.
The starter of the conversation. It's the starter of the conversation. It enhances imagination and shows the entire world multiple perspectives and broadens people's vision and thinking. Most importantly, it connects different cultures and introduces people to various forms